This is a video, the one I'm about to show you, that I made around September in the late 90s, probably 98. I was living in Hamburg, Germany at the time, and as usual I used to come back for a couple of weeks holiday. So I was going around visiting people, and then I thought I'll go and visit my brother Jack. Now Jack, a while back, he had a stroke, and that paralysed him down one side of his body. So he lost the use of one arm, and also the leg. In fact, the whole left side of his body was paralysed. So he was in a pretty bad way then. But then he developed diabetes, and that spread, and he ended up having a leg amputated. So it wasn't a good time for poor old Jack. It couldn't have been worse. Then his wife died, who was looking after him and the house. And so Jack was on his own. Although he did have children, but they're all school age at the time, and they weren't. A bit like my family. They're not really useful. I mean, I don't see my family much either. And when they do come round, they don't do anything. Anyway, that's by the by. But Jack, before, he was in the RAF, and he was in for 21 years. He got what they call the long distance medal for long service. Anyway, I made this film because when I went around to visit him, I was so shocked by the conditions that he was having to live in that I thought I'll video it and do a kind of interview, a bit like a TV panorama or something. So I thought I'd interview him because my intention was to take the tape down to the local newspaper, the Echo in Bournemouth, and hoped they would chase up the story. But when I went down there, the reporter that I saw, he just wasn't interested. In fact, when I put my hand out to greet him, to shake his hand, he even ignored that. And I said to him, I've got a video here. I said, you can watch the video. He said, there's no way I can look at that. I haven't got the means to do it. So it didn't go any further than that. And I've hung on to that video for some time, wondering what to do with it. And I've suddenly thought, I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna entitle it Care in the Community UK. Now at the time, the Labour Party was in power, Tony Blair. But then Bournemouth has always been conservative for as long as I've been here, and I've been here since 1954. So we had a conservative government. So I don't know who to blame for this, because it's probably not just with my brother. It's probably happening all over, and probably still today. So this is my protest, called Care in the UK, 21st century. Jack Freeman lives alone, but he's often visited by family, but most of the time he only has himself to look after him. He has a house cleaner comes in daily, but you'll see later soon just exactly what she does. And now we'll enter the house, and you'll see just how this man has been living since his wife died. His wife Sheila died in 1996, and Jack has lived alone in this flat, asking for council people, medical people, social services, everybody to help him even to give him a wheelchair so he can leave the house. He spends most of his time in the house alone, unless somebody is able to come up and take him out. Often it's his family, and they have their own children to contend with. So Jack, most of the time, if nobody comes up to help him, he's on his own. And here is Mr. Jack Freeman. This is him trying to get dressed. He only has the use of one arm, and this is the wheelchair that he has to push his way around the house. The house hasn't even been designed, it's nothing in here for handicapped people, it's a normal house. As you can see, it's a masonette. Right. And this is the room that Jack spends a lot of time in. He can't have the curtains open because it hurts his eyes. Is that right, Jack?
Yeah, why is the face sensitive to light? It's the permissive society. I blame the parents. Is it me, or is that usually the movement? Bring back golden honeycomb. I'm a monologue. And you can hear for 5 seconds before she walks in the door. The woman's on a Jimmy.
As you go around the house, you'll notice, because Jack is unable to really move around like an ordinary able person, you'll see that things are often just dumped and cluttered. Often things fall down the back and he can't get them, or he struggles. He has to struggle on his own to get them. But the main thing, the biggest worry of this house, is that it's a tinderbox. If this place was to catch fire with all this, the piles of things lying around, it would go up in no time. And in his condition, as you see him now trying to get dressed, he would never get out in time. Down there is all Jack's electrics. It's a bundle of wires, all twisted and turned. With only one hand, he's incapable of sorting it all out. They just turn and twist. Again, another serious fire hazard. Here's his electric plug. It's been knocked completely out of the wall. It's when he tries to get by with his wheelchair. He has reported this to the council, but they've told him he has to pay £30, which he can't afford, or it stays like that. The most dangerous thing about this plug, apart from the obvious, is that often he has grandchildren coming up here. That's Tracy, who's 11 years old, and a little girl called Katrina, who's 6. As you see shots around this house, I want you to bear in mind that his home help has been this morning.
Why not?
She's supposed to come here every day. He pays £70 a month. £70 a month for her to come round and do for him, because he's unable to do all these jobs himself. You can see, the home help has been very busy in here. This is his sitting room. Jack can't use it because he's in a wheelchair, and when he comes in here he stays in a wheelchair. So a lot of this stuff is just, again, tinderbox. The place would, as I said earlier on, if there was a fire in here, it would just go up in flames. This is Jack's electric wheelchair. It's not really designed for the outside. In fact, he told me it would be illegal for him to use that on the road. But that is the only means of transport he has if he needs to go out for anything. He applied for a wheelchair last November, filled in all the details, and he's still waiting now with August coming up. Everywhere you look, it's just piles and corners of mostly paper and cardboard. Jack is unable to tidy this up on his own. He needs home help, a proper home help, not what he has now, somebody who just pops in and don't know what she does and then leaves with a place like this.
House chat. They're depressing me, and I'm very committed to suicide now. They're depressing me now.
Don't lay off these, Tracy.
Yeah.
You put that.
Are you going out then?
Yeah, I'm going to check around for me.
Today he's fortunate because he has Tracy here to help him. But if she wasn't here in the school holidays, he would have to do all this on his own.
There you go, I'm here.
I know you are.
Switch it off first. What's that?
Can I have a photo?
It's my orange.
As you can see, this house is not designed for
Pardon?
somebody in a wheelchair. This is a normal house. Jack should be in a place that has been specially designed for handicapped people. There is Jack's front door. And here is his alarm system for when he goes out. He literally has to key it all in and make a dash for that door. And it's the same when he comes back. He has to open the door and dash all the way down the hall in his wheelchair to switch it all off. Do you think somebody might have thought a handicapped person would have something remote control, or at least, well, you guys say more? And this is the spare room.
Bye.
This is the spare room, as you can see again. Tinderbox, boxes, rubbish. When Jack goes to bed, he smokes. And many times his cigarettes will fall from the ashtray. And if his cigarette falls down the side there, any time late at night, all this will go up in no time. Jack, have you ever applied to go into a home that is more suitable for you, more for handicapped persons?
They were going to put me in residential care when I came out of hospital and decided to send me home instead.
They sent you home from the hospital instead of what? Instead of
They were
going...
going to put me into residential care from hospital. Then I changed my mind, decided I could come home out from care people.
And do you get a welfare person to come round and visit you?
No,
When was the last time... Have you got a welfare person, a care person who looks after you?
somewhere.
And when was the last time they came to see you?
Last time I saw him was over a year ago.
Over a year ago. And no one's been to see you since?
No,
Does your doctor ever ask you about your welfare?
no.
Who is your doctor?
I just changed to a female doctor. Dr. Joe Wisely
And where's that doctor?
in the surgery.
Well, I know, but
Rosemary Road,
Rosemary Road.
Rosemary Gardens.
And has a doctor ever been around your house? Have you ever called the doctor out for anything?
No.
Not long ago you had an ambulance come out to you.
Yeah,
Last week, wasn't it? Or was it this week?
last week, yeah.
What happened to you?
I slipped off the bed and spent the night sleeping on the floor.
What time did you slip off the bed?
This is about 2:30 in the morning.
And what time did somebody come and help you?
And the carer came about 11 o'clock in the morning.
So you spent all that time?
Yeah.
Why could you not call somebody? Didn't you have a button that you can press?
I've got a lifeline, yeah.
Well, why didn't you press it?
My prison, I've got to change my key holder because my prison key holder has had a heart attack and he's not allowed to lift anybody. The carer couldn't lift me, so she had to call paramedics to get me up.
So in actual fact, you've got people who are supposed to be looking after you and capable of looking after you themselves.
Yeah,
Do you think you're being fairly treated?
not really.
Do you think you're being given a fair deal by the council, or even a half a fair deal
No,
by the social services,
no,
by anybody?
no.
Jackie stuck the lattes up 10p.
Would you like somebody to help
Been
you?
left here to rot.
Would you like some? Would you think it would be good if somebody from social services were to come here and look after all your interests?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got ramps you want building. You want mobility so you can go out. You want quality of life. Would you say you've got
Yeah.
quality of life?
No.
How would you describe your life living in this house right now?
Miserable.
Dizzy or sick or anything? Bit sick, maybe.
Last Tuesday I was promised. I phoned them up yesterday and they said they're going to deliver it today, definitely today.
Who's that? The chemist?
Yeah, Lloyd's chemist.
Are they aware of your condition?
Yes, they know I'm in a wheelchair, yeah. They're supposed to deliver my prescription, but they failed to do it. So I've gone up there now to get it myself. So I've got some painkillers. So I haven't had any for a week.
How often do you visit your doctor?
Probably about once a month.
And why do you go to your doctor?
Mainly because doctor wants to see me to upgrade my situation, you know, as a review, for a review.
Is your doctor aware of the conditions you're living in?
No,
Have you ever told her?
no,
Why not?
didn't feel a need to.
You didn't think there was a need to? Did you not think your doctor could perhaps help you sort some of these problems out, get you into a better accommodation, somewhere where you would have proper lifelines, so you would, like if you fell out of bed in the middle of the night, give you proper toilet facilities for handicapped people? I mean, when you want to go to the toilet, what kind of problem is that? How do you go to the toilet?
In the bathroom, I've got a special raised seat on the toilet.
That's all you've got, a bit of plastic on top of your seat,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And they come over here.
And what about all these cupboards and drawers you've got in the house, especially in the kitchen? Are they any good to you? Can you reach any of them?
Can't, no. Not safely standing on one leg.
Have you ever tried?
Yes.
You're losing your marbles again.
Are you totally dependent on people coming round here to do things for you? Because
I am, yes.
Jimmy,
what's it like when you're here and there's nobody around?
don't know what you're on about, but to be
Do you ever worry that you might fall or that something might happen?
Yes, constantly.
Do you ever worry about fire risk?
Yes.
did you get that?
Cross that bridge when we get there, if we ever get there.
Do you think you'd get out? How long do you think it would take you to get out of this house if it caught fire? How long, at a rough estimate, how long do you think it would take you to get out of your bed and outside?
But in this electric wheelchair, I could do it probably in about 5-10 minutes. But in the manual wheelchair, I can't even get over the bump at the front step.
I understand you ordered a proper wheelchair for going out.
I'm waiting for an indoor-outdoor one, yes.
When did you order that?
Well, I was told on the 28th of November that I'd hear within 6 weeks. I still haven't heard anything.
You're still waiting.
Still waiting to hear whether I'm going to get one or not.
And that wheelchair that you're going out in now, that's not safe for the road, is it?
No, it's illegal to take it out. If I didn't go out in it, I'd be stuck in here all day, never go out anywhere.
A big fat zero.
Words fail me to describe this place. It's not only is it a dangerous place, it's uninhabitable. It's impossible for someone to live like this. As he said to me, it's not life here, it's just an existence. No wonder he feels depressed.
Tracy! Don't help me, do you?
So I don't have to do it.
I've got to do this up here with one hand. I'll try the other end.
The doorway has got scratched a lot with your wheelchair trying to cut through. And that's how you knock this plug, isn't it?
Yeah.
The alleyway is just not big enough. It's not designed for a wheelchair.
We have to clear out the way of the door then. Hang on. My fault, that's there.
heard the announcement call.
Shut.
No.
Where's it bloody shut?
He was in the lounge.
The alarm control for a minute. Shut yet? Is it shut yet?
He was unable to shut that door. In the end I had to go and shut it for him. Hopefully the alarm hasn't gone off. There's Jack going up the road to pick up the prescription that he was supposed to be brought to him in a chair that is not designed for the road use and in fact is illegal to use. Back area of Jack's garden. This is the route he would take if he wanted to come out his back door. This is his back garden. He's unable to come out here and tidy it up, cut the grass. It's just one jungle. This is the back garden. If that's what you can call it. Jack is unable to come out of his back door because he has no ramp there. There's no way that he could get out of there even if all this junk and rubbish was cleared up for him. There's no way he could get his wheelchair down that step and out of here. That alone. If there was an emergency in this house, if there was a fire, there's no way Jack could escape out the back door. Impossible. It was impossible for him to escape out the front door, and he most certainly couldn't escape out of any of the windows, not in this condition. But you see here, the one that Jack made his quick exit from the house. He asked the council to do this several times, and they failed to come round and do anything. As you can see, they failed to do anything. Social services have failed, doctors have failed, everybody's failed. In the end, his son built this for him, and the council put rails up. That's as far as they could go. If I was to give a name to this video, it would be Shameful Britain. This is disgusting that anybody should have to live, not only in such disgusting conditions, but dangerous conditions. And that's how it is for Jack Freeman, for Mr. Jack Freeman, living in this house since 1991, a handicap, now with his leg amputated, and nothing, absolutely nothing has been done for him in all those years, apart from his children coming around, his grandchildren coming around to help out when they can. It's about time something was done. Everything here is for a normal living. The wheelie bin. How is Jack supposed to get a wheelie bin out here? The council state everybody must have their wheelie bin out of the gate and they must push it out and take it back. How is he supposed to do that? Unless somebody comes up here from the family. There's no one here to help him. No one at all. The place is filthy.
Jack sadly died not long after making that video. He died of a final stroke or heart attack while he was at the end of his bed trying to get dressed with one leg, as you saw him trying to do in that video. Jack was 57 when he died.